Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm taking a look at WWE 2K25, the annual WWE 2K release. It is literally just come out on the PlayStation. I have been playing it extensively since it came out just, late last night. And I really wanted to get a review out as early as I could for you guys because I've been playing wrestling games now for a long time. I review the newest wrestling game every single year, and I've been playing them for many years. I'm a big wrestling fan. I've always enjoyed it. And I know how important these games can be to people who are wanting to purchase them for fans of wrestling. But you also want to know what you're getting new this time out. Is it just a spit and polish of last year's game with a nice new coat of paint, or have they really made the effort this year? Well, in actual fact, I think they actually have. I mean, these games have been steadily getting better each year, in my opinion. I mean, there have been a couple of missteps, as we know, over the years, but the last 2 or 3 years, they've really been adding some significant modes to the game. We got GM mode, that kind of stuff, and we've got all the modes that you expect and all the modes that we got last year, but we have some new modes as well, some new additions, and some other new things I'm going to talk about. Now, in regards to that, I want to get the gameplay bit out of the way first, because if you are used to playing these WWE games, you are going to pick this up and it's going to fit like a comfortable pair of slippers. There's very little changes in regards to the gameplay here. It'll be very recognizable to you and it'll feel very comfortable. There's a couple of tweaks here and there in regards to they've added the chain wrestling back in, they've added the interactions, like the little mini games in that kind of stuff. But beyond that, it plays very similar to last year. I can't really feel any differences, if I'm honest. So if you enjoyed playing the game last year, you're going to enjoy playing the game this year. So let's have a look at what they've added this year into WWE 2K25. Right, okay, well, for the first time, we have intergender matches now. Well, it's certainly the first time in I think certainly well over 10 years since we've last seen it in a WWE game. So it basically means male and female superstars can compete against each other across all the game modes. So you can put Charlotte Flair in the ring with Roman Reigns if you want. You can do that. Intergender matches are now a thing in this game. So if that's what you've been waiting for, you're going to be very happy. Let's have a look at some of the new modes that you can expect here. New match types that you can expect. Well, there's the new underground match, which is there's no ropes, there's no turnbuckles, and victory is achieved via knockout or submission. Other wrestlers can surround the ring, adding to the intensity of the match. I've played a couple of these matches. They're pretty cool, if I'm honest. I quite like it. There's the Bloodlines rules match, which players can have up to 3 allies for interventions and utilize 3 paybacks during the match, leading to potential large-scale brawls. Again, nice to have this in the match. As I mentioned, you've got the chain wrestling that's made a return. Basically, it's a series of mini games. It's supposed to emulate the technical aspects of wrestling. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of it, to be honest. I think it's quite fiddly, but I mean, if you're into it, you're going to enjoy it, sort of thing. What other things can you expect new this year in regards to new modes to play? Well, one of the big additions, the newest addition this year, is something called the Island, which is it's the island of relevancy, I believe. Roman Reigns introduces it with Paul Heyman, and there's it's an island, and it's supposed to be similar to the one that you get in the 2K basketball game. I don't play them games, so I don't really know that mode very well. But it's like a semi-open online world. You go into it, you create your character, and then you explore a WWE themed island with different districts themed around different wrestlers, and you can engage in missions, challenges. You can interact with other players in real time, and it can support up to 50 players, I believe, per server. So it's supposed to, like, you know, deliver a really solid multiplayer experience. Now, this while I've been in this mode and I've tried it out, I'll be honest, I get in the feeling this is geared more towards microtransactions. You know, some of the things you've got to kind of unlock using VC, which is their virtual currency. Some of the stuff you've got to unlock is quite expensive, and as you'd expect, you can buy some of that virtual currency. So while I will play around with this mode, I suspect this is, for me, is going to be more like my faction, where I don't really do a great deal in my faction, and I suspect once I've kind of fully explored the island, it's probably not for me. But if you guys out there like the multiplayer options that, you know, it gives you on things like Mile Island, and it is something new to play around with, then it might be for you. The showcase this year is focused on the Bloodline. Again, it's hosted by Paul Heyman, and it delves into the legacy of the Bloodline faction. So you can relive historic matches, you can alter the outcomes, and you can also create dream matchups involving people like Yokozuna, The Rock, Roman Reigns, all that kind of stuff, and Rikishi, and it's all involved, like people that are involved in the Bloodline family. So it's pretty cool showcase. I always enjoy the showcases. They never really fail to deliver, and I do quite enjoy delving into the showcase things. And then you've got the GM mode is back, obviously. But this time they've made some changes here. It now supports online, so that you can play now the GM mode online with your friends, which I think is a cool addition if that's your sort of thing. So it works very similar to last year. You manage your own show, you draft in superstars, then you book your own shows. You know, you work on getting the highest ratings, making income, recruiting new wrestlers, and you're trying to basically outdo the other brands that you're going up against, whether it be your friends online or an AI opponent, a computer-based opponent. And it's, you know, if you played GM mode and you enjoyed it last year, you're likely to enjoy it a little bit more. It's very much more of the same, just tweaked and made a little bit better once again. But again, if you've played that mode, it will feel very, very comfortable to you going into it, sort of thing. But for me, my favourite mode has always been Universe mode. It's the mode I spend most of my time in. I've always had a lot of fun with Universe mode, and I'm always interested to see what they have improved this time round in Universe mode. Well, you've got promos now. They've added promos back into Universe. It's been 2, 3, 4, 5 years since we've had promos. But it's not the promos the way they used to be. The promos are linked to rivalries, so they've become part of the rival actions that they kind of brought in over these last few years. There's no voiceover and there's no text in the promos. You'll either see that as a positive or a negative. The announce team kind of narrate through the promo. So if you're basically calling somebody out for a match or issuing an open challenge, you'll stand there with a microphone, the wrestler won't say anything, and then the commentary team will make comment about what they're wanting, sort of thing. It's fine. I think they could flesh it out better than they have, but it's fine. They have made the menus easier to navigate now. If you're like me and you like to really tinker and tweak with your Universe mode, they've made the menus much easier now in regards to if you wanted to swap and change certainly wrestlers to and from different promotions. They've made that easier now by just a touch of a button, which I think is, might sound simple, but it's actually, for someone to spend so much time in universe, it's a big thing. It saves time. So that definitely makes it easier. They've got PLEs now you can have over 2 nights. Like, obviously we know that WrestleMania is like held over 2 nights now, so you could do that certainly in the game. You could do that with any of the PLEs. You can put 2 shows on the same night now if you want. So it. What else can I say really about Universe Mode? If it's not for you, it's not for you. If it's your favourite mode like me, then you're probably still going to be spending a lot of time in it, because again, it does feel very familiar. I think there's things they could do certainly to improve Universe Mode, but part of the Universe Mode for me is, experimenting with it and kind of creating your own WWE universe, if you like, hence the Universe Mode. I think that works really well. You've got the creation suite as per usual, so you can download all these community creations. One of the greatest aspects of WWE, I think, all those creative people out there that create these wonderful wrestlers that aren't in the game, well, you can get them through community creations, which is brilliant. My faction returns again, as I mentioned earlier. I'm not keen about the fact that 2K basically hide a lot of unlockables within the My Faction mode. The different there's like different wrestlers and stuff they put in there, different outfits and all this kind of stuff, and different looks for wrestlers, and they'll kind of lock them in My Faction. I don't like that because I don't spend much time in My Faction. I don't have the time or patience for that mode, generally speaking, and I think we're going to see a lot of that now in My Faction and the Island mode. But beyond all of that, I think I always appreciate the fact that they're adding more content to this franchise. They're making it better every year. It's very polished. The graphics are superb. The hair mechanics now are much improved. They're getting better every year. You've got some of your favourite wrestlers. I mean, I think there's over 300 to start with. The DLCs are coming this year. Some pretty cool stuff coming in that as well. And for me, I think it's another strong entry in the WWE 2K franchise. And I'm going to give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I'm enjoying it, as I thought I would be. So if you buy these games every year, you kind of know what you're getting here. There's not going to be many surprises. They have made effort to improve certain areas. Other areas, I think they could, I would love to see them put a lot more effort in Universe Mode, maybe going forward. But I suspect they're going to be shifting more towards the microtransaction stuff. Little by little, every single year, I think we're going to see that change. But let's see how it goes. For this year, though, solid entry. Really enjoying my time with it. And I am going to be spending a hell of a lot of time in this game over the next 12 months. So I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. I hope you found it useful. I will, of course, be back with plenty more content on the channel very soon.